Patients claim that they've had tooth pain. They filed complaints against you, with the state. What do you have to say?
That's not true. Nobody said anything about pain.
But the state of New Mexico's dental file on GARDNER does mention patients in pain. These are complaints on record with the state of New Mexico.
That's not true.
Then why are they on file with the state?
There's no complaints about pain.
And about being dropped by the insurance carrier?
The dental board and Delta Dental are in cahoots. There's a conflict of interest.
Paul Krebs, but there's one charge where you were in attendance at the dinner, a $1,300 charge for dinner with the governor. Explain that.
I'm not going to explain that. I think you've been told that I'm not the person who's going to respond to that, and this interview is concluded. It's out of bounds. I'm not the person
We can't ask about a dinner
no, I'm not going
that
to.
You were in attendance at?
I was in attendance, and I think those records have been transmitted to you.
After our interview with David Harris, Paul Krebs agreed to sit down with us. Was the dinner worth it?
Oh, absolutely.
Krebs tells us it's necessary to schmooze big university donors. Do you think these donors would still donate if they were not taken out?
I think if you take a look at fundraising and cultivation, it's very important to have relationships, strong personal relationships.
Employees would not agree to an interview.
I'm sorry, we're closed.
So you're not open anymore?
No, we're not.
Okay, they just closed the door in our face. The hours, it says they're open, right there. But when our crew left, a worker followed us outside and told us to leave. Sir, we're on a public street right now. We are on a public street right now. He just told us to leave on a public street. What did you say? Are you going to say it for the camera? So we put our questions directly to Albuquerque Mayor Richard Berry. Are there any concerns about the officer shortage maybe contributing to fewer pullovers?
Well, we had 32 stops, I think, the year before last. I mean, these are rough numbers, okay? And then we had in the high 20s last year, I think. So we have the capability of putting these DWI checkpoints together.
Wait, let's hear that again.
Well, we had 32 stops, I think, the year before last. I mean, these are rough numbers, okay? And then we had in the high 20s last year.
The mayor admits there were fewer checkpoints last year than 2 years ago. To the families who've lost loved ones in recent years, how do you explain the recent phenomena of deaths going up to them?
I think there's some people, a lot of people are getting the message and some people aren't. And when they don't get the message, it's horrific.
And we found him. Could we talk to you at all?
I'd rather not. If you need to talk to me, go talk to Perkins.
We wanted to know why the contractors were his kids and where did $1 million go? As far as the money that went to your son's business, do you have anything to say about that?
I have to say, if you don't talk to somebody, go talk to Perkins. Because all of this is fabricated.
In total, Eichenberg spent 34 days outside of the land of enchantment on your dime. We asked the treasurer, why? What is the benefit to taxpayers?
Well, I think that when I do my job well, I think that benefits all of New Mexico.
To show us what state investigators accuse a couple of establishments of not doing. Jen.
Tom, when you go to the salon, you at least expect the place to be clean, but KOB found a number of salons not meeting the state standards out in Kirtland, out in Santa Fe, out in Albuquerque, and Farmington. And tonight, we zero in on 2 salons in Santa Fe. The city of Albuquerque is hoping this property owner will at least fix or sell this place, but for 2 years, no luck, and the city found itself boarding up the windows and doors, securing this building. So we asked the city of Albuquerque, why not just tear it down?
Parties. KOB reporter Jen French live to tell us why both sides felt their candidate performed better than the other. Jen.
Tom, with no breaks or commercials, this was the first presidential debate to be broadcasted live on Facebook. Now, while the foreign relations and the economy were hot topics, what got Republicans and Democrats fired up was when their candidate took a stab at the other. Now, the New Mexico GOP. Jen? Well, it isn't until your 4th DWI that you're actually forced to submit blood. Now officers can no longer coerce drivers into submitting to a breathalyzer test or getting their charge upped. But some people wrongfully assume they can't afford insurance. If you can afford a $20 pizza a month or $240 worth of pizza a year, you can probably afford insurance.
Live at the Best Buy in Northeast Albuquerque to give us a look at all the chaos. Jen, how's it going?
Danielle, I found my favorite aisle. We wanted to look at some of these Bluetooth speakers. You can push these buttons, test them out. It's nice, very nice. I really like the selection here. We found some Bose. You can get an Amazon Echo Dot if you need 2 speakers, save $35. You like that? It's nice. It's really nice. But anyway, we found a lot of discounts, and we spoke to a lot of customers, and we asked them, was it worth finishing that Thanksgiving feast early to get some of those deals? And they say, with the $100 and the $200, $300 off a flat screen, a phone, a speaker, a printer, it was.